we have a big day today. We're interviewing Roach. Not for Style Unlocked. Cool your jets. Not yet. But for his book tour. So we're doing like a fireside chat, which is very exciting. We're working on our own separate interview, but that's what we're doing. So we're very excited. We're going to the Howard Theater. We're interviewing him, or we're having the chat with Simone Sanders. So it'll be obviously about his book, about personal style, confidence, but we'll also talk about like obviously the election because we're in DC and that just makes sense. And it's what, 30 days? Mm-hmm. 30. So, and we're also getting our makeup done. Oh my God. I know. Can you believe it? We're very excited. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Ebony.
Ebony will put her tag on the screen. And she's going to be patient with us. Yeah. And we're very excited. So I'll see you when it's time to get dressed probably. But we're going to take you on the full day. So hopefully we have a good time. I'm not nervous. But also, like, it's not my shit. So, you know, I got one job to do. Queens, all right. Welcome to the video officially. Makeup is done. She did that. We wanted beat. I sent her like one reference photo. Amazing. And she was just so like nice and flexible, kind of like kept asking me how, I liked it throughout the session. Very nice. And we need this to last all night. We have the interview and then we have a dinner after. That's not until the interview starts at 8, and I think dinner is at 9:30. So it's just gonna be a late night. We needed the beat. I'm gonna be taking pictures, all that jazz. So now, before we go, I need to film some work. So we're gonna make a reel. We're in the bathroom I do my hair in. And I'm doing a reel for Garnier for this Fructis. This is like an anti-frizz serum that I really like. And we're working with Garnier. I've been working with them for like 6 months, and it's one of my favorite kind of partnerships because it's just like pick the things you love and talk about the things you love. Out of all the Garnier products, pick what you love. So the first one I did was about the micellar water that I love and use every day. And then for this one, I wanted to switch it up and do hair because people like hair content, and talk about this because I love a serum. It's really all I use is like some type of serum, some type of shine spray, and a little hairspray. That's kind of all I use on my hair. So I'm gonna film that, and then we'll film a get dressed with me TikTok, and then we still have a little time. We're gonna eat, and then I might just try to film something else. My stomach is growling. Also, if you've seen this set before, I absolutely love it. It's from, is this Victoria's Secret? I'm pretty sure this is Victoria's Secret, but it is so soft. It's like, I feel like I'm wearing it every day. So that's the update. I'll sit you down here so you can watch me film, and then we'll go out there and get dressed. I'm so excited about my outfit. La Pointe loaned me something. Love La Pointe. They didn't have a show this past New York Fashion Week though, so I really didn't get to see their team. And when I got this opportunity, I was like, that's what I want to wear. So the look they sent me is fire. Okay, that's the update. I'm trying to see where I can sit you. Maybe on this nail polish remover box. Ooh.
Wait, let's get the mic.
Whew. But I feel like this is just giving.
They do look sleeker. They do.
Trying to decide on the shoe.
Did you pick that one out of the height purpose solely? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Because initially I had on the Marc Jacobs boots. I was literally just trying to see what
Got
worked
it.
with the coat.
Got it.
But then I'm like, we'll just take it.
Yeah.
So I think, but that works. That's fine.
It does.
But if we could choose, and I feel like if I was just like not wearing the coat, if I was wearing this outfit, I would wear this shoe.
Sure. Yeah. Do you want to try on the coat?
And it's something about like walking up on the stage. Like platforms is.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
It's tricky.
This just feels a little more
stable. Mm-hmm. That's a good enough answer.
And then we'll just have to see. Should we just put the coat back on?
Yeah, I think you should try it just to see.
I'll take it. Yeah. Like I was just looking in the mirror and the shoes were just throwing me off.
That does it.
Right?
That does it. Mm-hmm.
Damn it, I already took pictures.
Oh.
But the pictures are cute, I think.
Yeah, that's fine. Are you excited?
I am excited. It's one of those things where it's like I don't have the control. So I think there's less pressure, right? I just gotta ask my little questions, stay engaged, make it a good time. I think that's what he's looking forward to.
Yeah.
It's like he's talked about this book a bajillion times at this point, so I just want to make it a good time. I want the audience to have a good time.
Absolutely.
Oh, I haven't worn this in a long time. All right. Oh, okay.
Are you guys not excited that we got the fashion icon herself here? Fashion and beauty, making her the perfect person to join in this conversation. Would you not agree? I love this emergence of those who are on the stage. Now, finally, are we ready? We are honored to have the man of the hour, Roach. Is in the audience.
Iconic looks, like you're known for that. But tell us what happens when like the look is not looking. What you envision is not coming to life. You just like have a backup plan, you just have second and third looks in your back pocket, like, or maybe you're working with someone new. Like what does that look like? How does it
I think that, we always, just as people in general and professionals, we always want to have a backup. But I've been blessed with a gift to dream. And I've always been able to see the look in my dreams, and I mean a finished.
You're a visionary. That's it. Come on.
I think it's just a dreamer. I think that my gift is being able to have foresight of what something would be, to the point where I see the hair, I see the makeup, and even sometimes I dream, I see the press and what people are going to say the day after. And that's what a lot of my clients have trusted me with. We'll have a fitting, and there'll be 3 dresses, and they'll say, well, just go home and dream about it. And whatever the dream is what actually gets to the red carpet.
It's the trust.
Yeah.
So really you don't need to be right at moment.
It's God gave me that.
Is there a time where you don't have a dream? Like someone says, well, you go home, dream about it, and go pick one from the dream, and then you wake up like, well, shit, man.
There has been.
Then what?
I lie. The dream said this.
So confidence is the biggest takeaway that I got. And we all can struggle with confidence, like Simone stated. It ebbs and flows. It's a journey finding that confidence moving into the world. So you talked about those tips. Give us an action item. Like, what can someone do if they want to convey confidence and maybe they're not there yet? They haven't come full circle.
So one of my favorite things is to find that one thing in your wardrobe, and I call it your what do I call it?
Give us this. People are leaning in there. Let me write it
It's
down.
called your power piece, right? What it is so I'll take you back a little bit. So my mother had a black dress, right? And she wore this black dress everywhere. She wore it to every wedding, every funeral, every time she had to dress up, she wore this dress. And I never understood, although she didn't have many dresses, she had more than that one. But as I grew up, I understood that was her power piece. She knew exactly how she looked in it. She knew exactly how it made her feel. So I challenge everyone in the book to find your power piece. So when you wake up and you're not feeling that way, so you're not feeling so great or so confident, you have that one thing that you can always go to be like, oh, I know when I put this on, I'm a bad bitch. Right? And so find your power piece and lean on your power piece, and don't be afraid to wear it as much as you need to.
Wear your clothes.
You have to wear your clothes. Because we live in a society where you're like, oh, I took a picture, it's on Instagram. Fuck that. You know what I mean? But it's like, I'll say, if you go to the store and you see something that you like, try it on, right? And if you love it, buy it. And if you buy it, wear it and live in it. And don't be afraid to remix it and rematch it. But we buy clothes because they ultimately make us feel a certain type of way. And why only get that feeling once? Right? About the feeling, let me tell you something. And we've all seen this lady, right? She's walking down the street, she has red hair, green glasses, purple fingernails, a blue shirt, one white shoe, one orange shoe, a green skirt, and we look at her and we be like, she looks fucking crazy, right? And we start to automatically judge her, right? But that woman, she made a choice to put those clothes on. She knew that either you would laugh at her or laugh with her, but no matter what that was, she made a choice to put that on because why? It made her feel a certain type of way. It made her feel good, and her confidence is what led her out the house in that. And she's walking through life. She's walking through life happier than us. I start questioning like, shit, did I wear enough colors? Exactly. And it's clothes are designed to not just cover our body and shelter us from the elements, but they're designed and they are here to make us feel something. And that feeling is confidence. Middle. But culturally, I think fashion is more important. And I think for us because I could barely see, but I see a lot of black people. And I think that, yes ma'am. And I think that what's important for us is to hold high fashion accountable for where they get their inspiration from. There's a story that I love to tell about Mibsor, and he was the creative director of Vibe back in the 90s, early 2000s. And I remember hearing this story before I even knew him, before I even got into fashion. I remember the story, and they said that John Galliano called him one day and said, I want to be inspired, drive me around Harlem. And you saw directly the influence of Harlem in his next collection. And I think as consumers, when we talk about culture, we have to hold those people accountable for giving us our credit and telling the story of where the inspiration came from. It is important. I've been fortunate enough to get to a point in my career where I can say whatever I want to say. And that's such a blessing, to have reached that level where I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, if you don't like what I said, you gave me all the awards, you can't take them back. So, I'm going to say what I want to say, but that is true though. But then we also still have to fight, because the problem with that, even with that incident that you're mentioning, if there was someone that was in decision making, they would have known that was a bad idea in the first place. So it kind of still lets you know.
Somebody was in the room like, oh, wait a minute, that's crazy.
Right, nobody's ever in the room, right? Nobody's ever in the room. So that's really one of the big problems as well. In my industry, and when I came into the industry, I said that I wanted to be better than all of them, right? So I had to prove myself to be better in all of them. I had to prove to them that I could style Anya Taylor-Joy and Anne Hathaway and the City Girls and Lil Durk. So we always have to be 10 times better. Like all the biggest black hairstylists, they know how to do all hair because we don't get the same privilege. They get the privilege to say, well, I only do one type of hair and one type of skin. We never get that privilege. So in every industry across the board, we always have to be 10, and it's so fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
You know, I said one thing I said in another speech, that people say, well, why don't you walk away at the top of your career? I said, I was getting tired of being compared to mediocre white women. I was tired of carrying the but when I came into the industry, I said, when I got to Hollywood, I said, I'm going to be better. When they laid out 25 names, and they said that these are the most powerful, the most famous, the most successful stylists in the industry, and it was 25 names, and all of them were 23 of the 25 was blonde hair and blue eyes, and nobody looked like me at all. With my career is that when I got into it, I didn't have a reference points. I didn't exist, but now my being, my existence is giving people who look like me a reference points to say, I can be just as great or greater.
Yes, thank you. But you did the work. You did the work.
I had to do the work.
You did the work.
And you did the job you came to do.
Exactly. And we didn't get in the room and push our way into the room and then not know how to get it done.
But I didn't just do the work, I outworked everybody.
Yes.
Okay, back to the book.
Yes.
You talk about how important it is to leverage your individuality and really create that signature look. And I feel like you are so known for that. It's like peak fashion. It's my goal, right? When you see somebody and you're like, they're a fashion person. They're an icon. They have a look. Before we leave, help us all figure out how to get there. Take us through like the process of creating that signature look.
Well, I'll tell you something that's more important than creating a signature look is not being afraid to change it. That's the most important part. Yes, it's a chapter in the book about starting over, right? And not being afraid, because what we don't seem to understand is just the way our palette for food matures, our palette for style matures, right? And half the shit we don't like is because our mamas didn't like it. Like, your mama didn't like yellow, so you don't like yellow. You know what I mean? So I challenge one of the action items is to go to a store and grab a rail or rack of things that you aren't drawn to, that you don't think will look good on you or fit you right, and figure out the maturation of your style palette. So it's not about always finding your signature look, it's about being not afraid to change it.
Being a risk taker. Okay, but wait. We can't get away without at least one good style tip before we move off this point. Okay, yes, being afraid to change it, but like, give a tip or something. You know, like I'm a belter, by the way. Like I'm a belter. Like this isn't what okay. Somebody else said I'm a belter. I wear the belt. My mother is the best though. Shout out to Red. I could put a belt on everything, you know, especially when I done lost a lot of weight, you know, not as much as I want to, but more than what people thought I had. So, you know, I gotta put a belt on some of this stuff. But, you know, sometimes I'm getting on the set and I'm like, I need my belt. And they're like, you don't need a belt. I'm like, don't tell me what I need. I feel comfortable with the belt.
Right.
And so, like, I'm a curvy girl. I need a belt. There's some girls out here that don't have they need a belt.
Right.
I think they need a belt.
Right.
So, you never have seen
This is the thing, right?
The law don't say.
I don't think there's ever been a woman that hasn't walked to the mirror and looked at herself and put her hands on her waist and just squeezed it in a little bit. You know what I mean? No matter how proud of the size you said, there's never been anybody that says I want my waist to be wider. Like it's just never existed. But for me, I've never been that type of stylist, right? I've never been the type to say this is what you should and shouldn't be doing. It always has to be about the way the clothes make you feel. That belt makes you feel something. That belt makes you feel put together. It makes you feel sexy. It makes you feel powerful. And just go back to find the power piece. I don't really have any tips for you. Like, if you're pear shaped, people are like, we should never wear skinny jeans. Yes, you should, if that's what you want to wear. Wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. And feel good in it. That's the tip. That's what the book is about.
That's the tip.
If y'all want a book about, style agency, go read that other lady's book. That's not what my lady is book about. That's not what my book is about. My book is about us getting to the place where we love ourselves the most.
Ooh. Period. Sis, give yourself some grace.
I always look for something that makes me feel something, right? But I will tell you, as an emerging brand, you have to have your business ready, right? Because if you give me something, I put it on Zendaya and 300 million people see her in it and it's talked about around the world, you get 1 billion hits about this one single thing, and the business isn't ready, I did you a disservice, right? So you have to make sure before you start seeking out big stylists and clients, because it's more than just an Instagram post. You want to make sure that your business can sustain the type of attention that you'll get. And so at the beginning of my career, I was like, oh, that's a beautiful dress. I'm gonna use that dress. And then I would do it, and then you'll never hear from designers again because they.
A lot of women in the audience, but for the little gay black boys like me that maybe did not have the male role models, right? You represent that for us. Yeah. You are the black uncle. You are the father. You are the big brother. And as I know that you're in your retirement, deciding what you want to be, I want you to know that you have already been so much to so many of us. And so let's give it up for that.
Question for you. The sister came up behind me, who came all the way from Georgia, and she said, can you please ask me a question? So this is the spirit of sisterhood that I asked a question. She said, I know we're talking about confidence and improved style and essential self. But my question is about what if you were confident and looking to find it in assurance when life has you exhausted? Death, job loss, injury, and car accident. I want to find my confidence again in not only styling, but being confident in life, despite the hardness that comes with it, and having outworked and authentically being yourself is not enough. So what happens when it's not enough?
I don't think it's ever not enough. To be quite honest, I think that when I said the attitude of gratitude, and you have to be grateful for all the things that come close. I want to see how come close into the light. You have to, Oprah said this too, it's like when things don't happen the way or you don't get the opportunities that you think you're supposed to, it's just the universe moving those things out of the way to put the things that you're supposed to have in your life. So you have to be grateful for every roadblock. You have to be grateful for every accident, for every setback, because it is really just the universe preparing you for exactly what you're supposed to have, right? And you also have to understand that rock bottom is the strongest foundation. Yeah.